Yes, my people, what is happening? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So, guys, it has been a while since I've picked up the camera, a week in fact. And the video that you're going to be watching today, which is the 18th of June, I recorded a week ago. And the video before that got uploaded, I recorded a week before that was posted. And the video before that, the full day of eating, again, I had recorded a week before it was actually posted. So this is the topic of today's video, guys. It's something I wanted to kind of touch off, like just straight away, straight off the bat. I feel like since my shows have finished and I stopped doing the daily vlogs, that the YouTube's been a little bit all over the place. I was like, right, I'm going to stop doing the daily vlogs and I'm going to go back to kind of posting twice a week. But then all the stuff that I was kind of recording immediately post show, I was like delaying posting it. And then I ended up with this big backlog of footage, right? And videos that I had. And I was like, oh, well, I don't have to record a video now because I've got 3 scheduled to post. And because of that, I'm not recording as much. And because I'm not recording as much, I don't want to record and pick up the camera and vlog. And then I'm kind of like, oh, I need to record for YouTube today. Oh, what am I going to record? Where am I going to start? What do I want this video to be about? Etc. etc. And it's really one of those things with YouTube, guys. If you don't use it, you lose it. Same as anything. And in that video where I was speaking to Brandon Harding about this stuff, I really did mean what I said, right? Was when I was doing the daily vlogs, when I was on prep, when I was doing the peak weeks, right? It was a hell of a lot of work, but I kind of like got into my rhythm with it. And I didn't feel like it was as hard as I originally thought it was going to be for me to actually do that. And I really enjoyed doing that, right? I was banging out those videos. There was loads happening, super exciting. The flow of the videos was great. I had a clear structure for like what I want the videos to be about every single day because I had to get it all done within the one day, you know? And now I'm kind of like, oh, what do I do a video about? Where do I start? Like, where do I end? This video is shit, blah, blah, blah. And I've kind of got caught in this trap of like, you know, my last like 30 videos, guys, like every single one of them, like literally bar the Q&A with Mark, they've all got over 1,000 views, which is like crazy to me. Because before, my average kind of views for a video would have been like maybe 600-ish. They'd normally fall between the like 400 to 800 views mark. And to see that my views have like fucking practically doubled really is wild to me, right? And it got me thinking. I've been thinking about this quite a lot over the last couple of days. Like, what do I want to do from here? Where do I want to go from here with YouTube, with my channel, with whatever? And I won't lie, guys. Like, I want to have a big channel. Like, I want to have a big YouTube channel, and I always have. Ever since I started going to the gym when I was 17, 18, YouTube was like my thing, right? I watched other YouTubers, I followed other YouTubers, and I always thought, oh, I'd love to have a YouTube channel myself one day. Oh, I'd love to be a YouTuber. And even if I'm like out and about these days, right, and I'm like vlogging or whatever, someone will come up to me like, oh, you're like a YouTuber. I'll go, nah, like I just make a couple of videos. I have like a couple, 100 subscribers or whatever. I never like call myself a YouTuber because I feel like when you're out in public and you're vlogging, right, people expect you to have like thousands, tens of thousands of like subscribers, right? But you don't. You're just pretty small time, right? And it's like if you go out and you're like taking a couple of photos, people don't expect you to have like a million, like Instagram followers. Whereas like if you showed them, they'd be like, oh wow. But it's like if you're out and about in public, you're vlogging, and someone comes up to you and they're like, oh, you a YouTuber, and you show them you only have like 2,000 subscribers. They're like, oh, because they almost expect that you'll have a lot. You get me? It's like that weird thing with YouTube versus Instagram. But like I could care less about Instagram. And I've said many times before in these vlogs, I always make the type of videos and the type of content that I personally want to watch myself. And I consume a lot of YouTube. I do not scroll on Instagram that much. I don't like Instagram. I hate Instagram. The only reason I post on Instagram is because of business, is because of clients. And I literally have on my to-do list here for the last fucking week, probably, to try and write some content for Instagram carousels, okay? Carousels are popping off at the moment on Instagram. Everyone's doing them, educational ones, story ones, all this other sort of stuff, right? But the thought of sitting down and doing a carousel to me makes me want to like pull my hair out. The thought of sitting down and doing any Instagram content to me makes me want to pull my hair out, right? It would probably take me longer to do a carousel than it would to do a full YouTube video. And I enjoy making videos, right? Recording them, editing them, uploading them. Genuinely, that's a less tedious process for me than posting on YouTube. And I'm like, you know what? There's so many things that are involved in being like an online coach or a bodybuilder or doing social media or whatever. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to lean into the things you're good at. And I feel like I'm good at YouTube. I like YouTube. I enjoy it. Like, Obviously, people enjoy watching my videos, and I need to just double down on it. Okay? And if you go onto my Instagram, you'll notice that I post my training, I post my physique updates, and I repurpose my Instagram content. Okay? I get a videographer in once a month to record me in the gym. Why? Literally only for Instagram Reels. That's literally it. It's the only reason why. And that was one of the big changes I made a couple of months back with my Instagram, because I was trying to do all these reels myself. I was spending tons and tons of hours every single week making all this Instagram content that was super tedious for me, that I absolutely hated, and posting it and getting nowhere with it. And I've seen a massive surge in my following on Instagram since I just started posting what I want to post, which is my training, which is like just me spitting off shit like in the gym that I get a videographer to do. And honestly, that money is the best money I spend every single month. But for me to be like really good on Instagram and have all these fancy carousels and all these things and that, I probably just have to pay someone to do it. I don't really want to do that. But for me to make these YouTube videos, it's easy. I make them myself. I can edit them myself. I can get them out, yada, yada. So where am I going with this, guys, right? Because this is a very long clip. Basically, from here, I'm just going to record more and post more often, right? I'm not saying I'm going to go back to doing daily vlogs. However, I'm not going to have my like one YouTube video a week on a Sunday morning at 8 a.m. schedule like I did the whole last off season. Because I kind of get in my own head thinking like, oh, I'm in the off season now, it's boring. If I record more frequently, if I post more frequently, no one is going to watch the videos. My views are going to go down. If my views dip below 1,000, I'm going to be really depressed, blah, blah. I need to just not think about that, because you know what? The more I post on YouTube, the more people have actually watched the videos and the more the channel is growing. So if I want the channel to grow more, would I not just post more videos? It's like if you want your Instagram to post, you got to post on Instagram every single day. And I do that, and it does grow. But it's like, why don't I think the same for YouTube? Like, why do I have to be limited to like, I should only post on YouTube twice a week? Surely the more I post, the better. And even if people do get sick of watching my videos, well, so what? Maybe I'll gain 10 more people who like watching my videos. It's like, I need to just not think about the numbers, or not obsess about the numbers. And I need to just make the YouTube videos for why I make them in the first place, which is enjoying documenting my journey, enjoying making the videos, etc., etc. So from here on out, guys, I'm not saying I'm going to do daily vlogs. However, I'm not going to have like my Sunday AM upload, right? I'm literally just going to record, edit, upload. And the vlogs are just going to come whenever they come. If there's something interesting happening, like this week, for example, tomorrow, I'm going into the gym to train pull with Max. I'm going to record that. I'm going to vlog it. Probably going to upload it the next day or the day after, okay? Next week, I am going home for one of my friends' weddings. I'm going to record that, travel vlog, edit it, upload it, try and post it straight away after, okay? And if there's any other bits along the way, I'm just going to record it, edit it, upload it. So it's going to be much more, I suppose, like the daily vlog series, in the fact that like I'm not going to have one video spread over the whole kind of course of a week, or massive gaps in between videos where I'm kind of not really filling people in on what's going on, because that's what I feel like is kind of weird. I'm like sitting down to do this video today, and I'm like thinking to myself, well, where was my body weight even at, and what was the last update that I gave people? Do they know where I'm at with my training? Do they know where I'm even at with my visuals, with my body weight? It's just like, I just feel so detached from like what I'm trying to give my audience when there's too much of a gap in between these videos. And again, I just don't want to pick up the camera when there is too much of a gap in between the videos. Whereas when I was doing those daily vlog, guys, it was just like I was in that rhythm. I was picking up the camera, I was recording, you know, I knew exactly what was in every video. I knew exactly like, I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, that's my commitment moving forward. I'm just going to put all my eggs in this YouTube basket, because look, I enjoy YouTube. I don't enjoy Instagram. So why would I try and force myself to put effort into Instagram and do these carousels and spend all my time doing that, when I could be spending my time doing something that I actually enjoy? And I feel like it's a more productive use of my time. And I feel like ultimately, I don't want a big Instagram following, but I would love a big YouTube following, guys. I'm not going to lie. You know, I think for me, long term, when it comes to social media, it's like, I don't want to be like social media famous for like all the wrong reasons or whatever, right? But like, I want to like share my journey, document my journey, show people the ins and outs of just like a regular dude, average bodybuilder who's trying to be a pro, right? I want to try and inspire people. I want to try and motivate people. I want to show people behind the scenes of my business, of my life, of everything. And I want to be able to look back on that myself. Someone who I've been watching a lot of again recently is actually Christian Guzman. And he's another reason why I've just decided to go, do you know what? I need to just record, post. Because that's what he does. He just records, he just posts, and like, he just shows his life, and he just like, I feel like that's why people watch people on YouTube, you know? So I feel like I'm just gonna be that guy. And if people want to watch, they want to watch. And if you guys want to stick around, then you're the real MVPs. And if you don't, you don't. But that's where we're going with the channel moving forward, guys. So on that bombshell, we'll wrap that 10-minute massive clip up here. And we'll take you to the gym for push today. So here we've got a Vimto Zero Energy. This has been in the freezer. Let's see what this is like. I do love some Vimto, guys. The Vimto Zero Sugar has been my go-to cardio at the moment. So I've got high hopes for this Vimto energy drink. That's good. That's good. It's not really good, but it's good, actually. Oh no, that is good. That hits. That hits. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap this clip up here. Look at the sweat that is coming off me. I am saturated. It is currently 21 degrees and it's 10 a.m. in Rotherham. So, yeah, crazy, crazy heat. And tomorrow it's meant to be like 27, upwards to 30 degrees. So, not looking forward to that, but I will be going in and training early with Max at 10:30. So, you will see that session. But today, guys, we're going to go into the gym. We're going to train push. I'll bring you along for the ride, probably do a voiceover over that video. And in that voiceover, I will then give you some updates as to where we're at, what we're doing, where the body weight is at, etc., etc. So stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, we are off to the gym. It is currently 27 degrees out. Whew, fuck me. I have made sure I am well hydrated today in my intra-workout drink, which I did actually put in the freezer for the last hour, so it's icy, icy cold for today's session. That's something that you really want to make sure you nail down, guys, in these summer months, is going to be your hydration, all right? Even for myself recently, I have actually increased the amount of salt I've been having in each meal. I've upped it from 1.5 grams to 2 grams because I have been sweating profusely, all right? So hydration, again, is not just water intake, it is also salt intake. And when you're sweating like this, you're gonna want to drink more water. And when you drink more water, you're going to piss more water. And as a result of that, you're flushing all those electrolytes out of your system. So make sure in the summer months, guys, that you do consume more water, but also more salt. And of course, more hydroflow. If you really want to be optimized, DMAC 10 for discount. You know the drill, my people. You know the drill. So we'll head in now. We will set up the camera. I'm going to actually record for Instagram and for YouTube today, so I'm gonna have 2 tripods, so everyone's gonna be like, what is this fucking plonker doing walking around the gym with his 2 tripods? But it is what it is, guys. We're committing to the content game, as I mentioned in that last clip. So we'll head in, record those clips for you, and then I'm just gonna speak over the clips with the updates, guys, I think today, because I'm not really in the mood to be talking in the gym. I want to just go in, throw my earphones on, get after my session. Recording the sets today is going to be enough of my energy kind of taken away from just what I want to do, because I'm honestly really fucking enjoying my training at the moment, guys. And obviously towards the tail end of the prep, you know, you're training and it's not like fantastic, so I didn't really mind coming in, setting up the camera. It kind of passed the time, killed the time a little bit. But now when training is flying, when I'm progressing every single set, I want to be and I need to be a little bit more locked in the gym. So I've been really enjoying just going in and not being distracted during my sessions, not really talking to the camera as much, and just fucking locking in and focusing and just progressing. Because when you're progressing in the gym, guys, honestly, there's no better feeling. And I'm going into the gym these days, and every single session, every single fucking big set, I'm not just adding like a rep or a small little bit of load. It's like I'm adding a nice bit of load. I'm adding like 2, 3, like yesterday for legs, not yesterday, 2 days ago for legs. I got a rep up on my top set, and then I was like, you know what? I reckon I could probably increase the load on my back off here, because I got 14 reps last week. So I increased the load by 20 kilos, which is, you know, half a plate aside. And I got like 2 or 3 reps up, and I was like, where is that after coming from? So yeah, training is absolutely flying at the moment, guys, and pressing has been flying at the moment as well, which is definitely something I really want to focus on and drive up this off season. Hopefully stay injury free. So we're almost here, guys, at the gym. So I'm going to wrap this clip up there, and we'll catch up with you for the voiceover. All right, guys. So excellent push session wrapped up in the gym today. We're now sitting about 5 weeks on cruise, and honestly, I'm going into the gym every single day, waiting to see like a drop off in strength, a drop off in recovery, like I normally would at this stage of the cruise. However, it's just not happening. Okay, I think we've really nailed down the post-show phase this time around because, as you probably should, as my body is starting to recover, I'm sleeping better, the drugs are clearing, and my food is going up. You know, well, there's only been one food adjustment, but my body weight is going up because I'm in a very, very slight calorie surplus. Things are just flying, right? I'm growing, I'm making progress off low food, low drugs, which is exactly what we want. So by the time the off season really kicks off and we're back on cycle, things are just going to absolutely skyrocket, guys. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Now, that being said, and I probably said it in previous videos, it's probably the least cruisy cruise that I've ever experienced. But my legs are still absolutely hammered from training them 2 days ago. So I am starting to feel the nattiness creep in now a little bit in terms of the soreness. But look, it's all good because our plan of action now moving forward is to get this full training rotation out of the way with. So today we had, push B. And then tomorrow we have pull B, then arms B Friday, legs B Saturday, rest Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to train push, pull, and then arms and legs on Wednesday. Thursday, I travel home to Ireland for that wedding I was on about. So Thursday, Friday, which is the day of the wedding, and Saturday, which is also the day I'm going to be traveling home on the ferry, are going to be complete rest days. Then on Sunday, eval are very conveniently in Ultraflex Rotherham, so I'm going to get my bloods done then, which is perfect timing after 3 full days of rest. And then on Monday, we really kick off the off-season, guys. The push-up begins. We're back on cycle. Obviously, I'll get the blood work back like a day or two later, but my bloods were pretty good in between shows anyway, so I'm confident these are probably going to be some of the best blood results I've ever seen, to be perfectly honest. Right, so without further ado, guys, update. Where are we at? How have things been going, etc., etc.? Because the last video you would have seen, I did kind of touch off how I was struggling big time with the cravings and the appetite. Thankfully, they have dissipated a nice bit, okay? So last Wednesday when I would have touched base, I think I was like 101.7 kilos. So my weigh-ins since then have been 101.1, 101.3, 101.3, 101.5, and then 101.9. And the last 2 days, we've actually jumped up a bit, 102.3, 102.4, okay? So we're up so far 0.9 kg on average from last week, which I kind of anticipated because ever since, that initial week post-show, we have actually gained 1.2 kg on average, then 1.5 kg on average, then 0.8 kg on average, so 2 pounds. And now this week, it's looking to be, probably like another 2 pound rate of gain, maybe a little bit more. So the body weight is coming up, probably about 2 pounds a week, 2 pounds to a kilo a week the last while. I think I should probably end this phase in and around 103 kilos somewhere, which is pretty wild, right? Because if I push up what I normally would push up in the space of 6 months, which is about 12 kg, it's looking like I am going to be 115 kg, maybe even plus by the time we do get to the end of the off season, which would be very excited. I think I would be a pretty big boy then if I landed somewhere in the 250 to 260 pound range. So that'll be really, really exciting, guys. And of course, I'm going to take you on the journey and the pursuit of me getting massive. I'm definitely interested to see how the body comp is going to look on the way up this time around versus how I looked on the way up out of the last mini cut. I'll be very, very accurately able to gauge how much progress I even made on prep just due to those visuals. So that'll be nice. But yeah, the cravings have kind of dissipated a little bit, guys. And I'm in a much better spot with that. All right. Now, one thing I just want to mention here is that I have actually been doing a little bit of cardio, okay? So for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been doing cardio. Didn't mention it in the videos or anything, but I was doing it in the mornings at the start of my push day, and I was actually doing it after my arm days. So I think I've done maybe 5 cardio sessions, somewhere along those lines, because I really just want to add the cardio back in to keep fit or whatever. And you'll have seen on this channel or heard on this channel before that Kuba banned me in previous off seasons from doing cardio. So unfortunately, I was doing cardio the other day. Kuba walked into the gym just as I was finishing up my cardio. He was looking up at me like, what the fuck, right? So I went downstairs, had a chat with him. We had this big fucking argument over it in the middle of the gym, blah-de-blah. Checked in the next morning, had another little bit of a chat with him, got some of my thoughts, my perspectives across to him. We had a little bit of a back and forth. We resolved the kind of the issues that were there, and we've kind of just found a middle ground, right? So, from Kuba's perspective, obviously he's trying to do what he feels is the right call for me for me to make the most amount of progress possible, right? And implementing things at the right time for when he thinks I'm recovered and blah, 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 right? For me, there's certain things that I want and I need from a mental standpoint and an enjoyment standpoint. So the way I see cardio, the way he sees cardio is you recover in post-show, this is just going to fatigue and take away from your training performance. The way I see cardio is I feel fantastic after it. It improves my sleep, it improves my mental health. I actually enjoy doing it, and it doesn't fucking fatigue me that much. It's not that big of a deal. So I've got all these pros, it improves my blood pressure, etc. I've got all these pros over here, and then I got this one little con that really, if you just zoom out, is not that big of a deal. So, you know, we kind of butted heads about it, and I kind of went back to him again about, like, you know, the training and me wanting a little bit of glute work in there and me wanting to have a little bit more of a say in terms of, like, you know, input with my training, basically. Because, like, you know, Kuba's been coaching me for a long time now. The first 3.5 years he was coaching me, I didn't have any issue following everything to a T because I had no idea about training program. I didn't understand volume or frequency or recovery or any of those things to the extent I do now. Now I'm a little bit more experienced. I'm not saying I know it all. I'm not saying I have the same amount of knowledge as Kuba, but I know my body. I know how I feel. I know how much volume per muscle group now I think I can handle. And I know what areas of my physique I personally want to work on, etc., etc. Because look, at the end of the day, there's making the improvements you need to make for stage or the improvements your coach thinks that you need to make. But there's also why I got into the gym and bodybuilding in the first place. I have an idea of the physique that I want to sculpt and build in my own head and a vision for that. And I need to make sure my training reflects that, and I need to go into the gym absolutely buzzing and look forward to my sessions and having certain things in there that I feel are bringing me towards that goal and that I enjoy, you know? So we found the middle ground on that. I just thought I'd mention that in the vlog. So that's where we're at, guys. We have managed to get the cravings to subside a little bit. We are 102.4 kilo this morning. Fucking massive. Body comp is still nice and tidy, which you're going to see in just a second now. A little bit of a pose and clip at the end after I finish my stretches here. So that's another thing I suppose I need to mention. I've started kind of stretching again because man's mobility is just not good. Stretching post-workout is something I used to traditionally always do for years. And I just stopped doing it when I moved to FLF because they just didn't really have a good place to pose. Ultraflex do, so I've started doing a little bit of that, like 10 minutes after my workouts again, which is great. One thing I do need to start doing though is some stretching for the upper body and the shoulders, particularly to improve my external rotation for my back door bicep, because my external rotation is absolutely crap. So I need to get one of those yoga sticks so I can do a couple of exercises for that. I need to do a little bit of band work. But here's just some kind of lower body stretching, which I do definitely think makes a massive difference for your mobility and also like lower back tightness and soreness and tightness around your groin and your adductor and stuff like that. So definitely would recommend some stretching and some yoga, guys, to absolutely everyone. Not before your workouts though, after your workouts. But yeah. Oh, also, I took my blood pressure, my fasted blood glucose this morning. Blood pressure was good, 126/55. Fasted blood glucose 4.6. So I'd like to see that a little bit lower. However, I'm not sure was I like fully hydrated because, as you can see here, man is sweating currently at the moment. So yeah, they are all the updates, guys. That was a fucking ramble. But like I said, you know, I'm going to make sure I just fill you in a little bit more in the videos moving forward. You know, I'll wake up, I'll tell you where my body weight is at, tell you what I'm training that day, take you along the journey, tell you my thoughts and tell you things that happen as they happen, rather than, oh, this happened a couple of days ago, and oh, I've actually been doing cardio for the last 3 weeks now, and oh, me and Kuba had this conversation about this days and days ago, and now this is what we're doing moving forward. You know, I feel like those things are better said at the time, on the day. So we'll try and keep you in the loop a little bit more. But we got the posing footage coming up here, guys, so you'll be able to see where the rig is at. Honestly, I'm pretty fucking happy. You know, I know I'm getting a little bit softer because like I'm on cruise and the drugs have been clearing, etc., etc. But like, I'm still pretty fucking lean, and I feel like I'm putting on a little bit of weight and a little bit of size, but like my training performance is going up so much that I can't help but thinking I'm just fucking growing already and I'm making good progress. So I know when the drugs go back in after 2 or 3 weeks, I'll harden up again. I'll probably look a little bit leaner, and the look is going to be pretty fucking wild. So yeah, looking forward though to having a little bit of downtime next week, going home to Ireland for my friend's wedding, catching up with friends. You know, probably just like enjoying a meal, maybe 2 meals off whilst we're at home. Not going too crazy though, keeping things nice and tight. And then when we get back, it is really well and truly into the off season. Oh, and one last thing I forgot to mention, but we'll leave this for a future video. So Kuba has actually changed my volume and updated my training program once again. So I will run through that with you at a future day. But for now, guys, voiceover is over. We'll catch up with you in a little bit. Fuck me, boys. The heat. Excuse my French, but it's just cruel today. Still 25 degrees, 5 o'clock. Down here for meal 5. Oh, I just can't deal with it. I'm really, really looking forward to my creamy now for meal 6. But anyway, guys, we've got our minced meal here. Still dealing with a miserable 200 grams of potatoes, unfortunately. So when I'm eating this, it just feels like it's all veg and all mince, and there's just no carbs or no substance to it. But in with this meal, what we have is one whole tomato, which I'm going to chop up now in just a second and pop it in. Been loving the tomato lately as my choice of veg. There's been one tomato going in like every single meal, which I believe is like 16 calories because most tomatoes are like 100 grams. Actually, I weigh them. Most of them are like 85, 90 grams. We got 25 grams of pickled onions, unbelievable. And we got 25 grams of kimchi. This is like the Biona organic kimchi, which I used to absolutely love. But then when I started having like the spicier, tangier kimchi, I much preferred that. But I've had like 4 full jars of this sitting in the fridge for like months that I got off Amazon and I haven't used. So I'm going to make my way through them now. And then of course, guys, of course, you already know, we're going to add our ketchup and mustard to that meal. So I'll whip all that together. I'll sit down, chill out, get that going. And then I don't have any work left to do for the evening unless any more messages come through. I've got 2 setups I need to do tomorrow, which is great. Team is still growing, guys. It's this kind of time of the year where you get a ton of drop-offs, but I'm getting a ton of sign-ups, which is good. And a lot of the people I'm signing up, if I'm signing them up in June, they're obviously clients who are committed, okay? They don't care about the summer. They're not dropping off because they have too many social occasions and there's too much going on and they don't want to commit or blah, 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 or they've gotten in shape for their fucking holiday and they're fucking off. You know what I mean? So it's good that I'm getting really good quality clients signing up right now. Really driven clients with big goals who don't care that it's the summer. They don't care that it's any month, right? Progress is progress at the end of the day. It shouldn't really matter what time of the year it is. You know, progress is not seasonal, guys. It's 24/7, 365 days a year. So we've got some good committed clients, a lot of them on board this month who are going to be joining the team. And then obviously, you know, this time of the year, you do get quite a lot of drop-offs, guys. People finishing up, going their separate ways for the summer, but that is all good. So guys, since I'm a little bit one in, one out this month, I do still have spaces to hop on board if you want to join the team. If you are one of those committed people, which I imagine if you're watching this video, you're not going to be a summer warrior, guys. You're not going to be a weekend warrior if you're watching my videos. You're going to be committed. You're going to want to get sick results. And if you do, you've been on the fence for some time, this is your sign to hit that form down below. Get yourself signed up. So that's my coaching plug for this video. Without further ado, guys, I'm going to get this meal into me now. And I think I'll wrap this video up here because I want to chill out for the evening time. I need to have a shower or a bath or something like that to cool myself down. And then we're going to be recording again tomorrow anyway for the pull day with Max. So I may as well just wrap this video up here. And then I'll catch you in the next one, guys. So thank you very much for watching. We're going to just bang these out moving forward, guys. Big commitment. We're going to go balls deep on the YouTube. So if you've actually got anything that you'd like to see on the channel or you'd like to see me do, then let me know. I was actually looking on like a couple other YouTube channels or a couple other like fitness YouTuber channels. Like, you know, some of the videos that like Jesse James West kind of makes and like all these other sort of things and thinking like, will I try my hand at like making one of those? But then I'm like, oh, is that really me? But then I'm like, do I want to be doing vlogs all the time? I just don't know, guys. I just don't know. So if you have anything you'd like to see me do, any videos you'd like me to make, or anything you'd like to see me try, then let me know in the comments down below and I will deliver to you guys. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Make sure to drop a like, boost the algorithm, same as the comments, get them down below. We'll catch you in the next one.